Thank you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, or evening,
A-YouTube.
evening.
Ano man siya? A-YouTube. Hindi A-F-A ha.
Sorry, my wife's all loud talking. But good morning. Here's the morning brew. Good morning. That's what she does, though, Taylor. That's what she does. Goofy.
Mom.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, looks like some other people are live streaming as well. So you have a choice who you might want to see. Sorry about that.
How delicious.
So I'm having my morning coffee, and my son is having his morning ice cream.
Then now I'm done.
He's done with his ice cream. So good morning, everyone. Son, being goofy. I'm gonna get in your shirt. Because I hit this.
Rapo na lang.
Much. This one sit still over here.
Wala niya pa. Mom, there's no ink on
Hello,
me.
everybody.
There's
How are you?
There's no ink on me.
There's no end on you. Where are you moving around?
What's your ice cream?
There to read it.
And
No way.
So we are live, and Bill is gonna talk about what? Bill,
Nothing.
what's the title?
$400 for a one-bedroom apartment.
Where?
The video I seen was in Dumaguete.
Okay. Wala.
I wanted to know how much you pay for your apartment where you are.
Wait lang. 900.
Mm.
60. 14.
I was trying to wait for the stuff to settle down here before I get started, but I don't know if it's going to. Oh, man. Good morning, good morning. I was wondering when the dogs was going to get fired up because people keep running in and out. So there's the answer. They're fired up. So we left the door open. Sorry, I'm still waking up. I'm still doing the morning coffee thing. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to shut the door. They're saying the phone. What they're looking for. You don't want to shut it, either?
No, wait lang.
Well, nobody's going to shut the door for me there. I keep opening it up. They don't know why. Yeah, sorry if you're rewatching this live stream. I haven't gotten started yet. It's a lot of distractions. But welcome to our live stream. If you'd like to give us a shout, please do so. Holla. Give us a holla. There's my beautiful bride. Excuse me. I'm gonna keep yawning until I get it out of me there. Or the coffee kicks in.
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry about Bill staring in the window. He's still not up. He's trying to, right? Do you want water? You want breakfast?
Depends on what we're doing today.
What do you mean?
Where are we going today? What are we doing? We're eating later. I don't want to eat now. If we're not eating later, I'd like to eat now. How's that?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're not eating later, so you eat now. We don't waste.
Love you.
Anyways, anybody here want to say hi to us? Are they all ninjas?
Yes.
They are.
We have 3 ninjas in the house.
This one is yours.
Pa, hindi pwede ang attorney mamaya. Magpunta daw sila sa Manghilala. Bukas na lang.
I was watching people leave. I'm sorry. Hoping that somebody shuts the door now.
Shut again.
Guess that told me. To the table, shut the door. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Not for sure what the video is going to be about today. See how well the video from yesterday did. If I can find it, that is. Let's see here. 20 views. We got 20 views on the light.
Without a doubt, I give you all my life, now and forever till the day I die. You and I will share with the things changing words could offer. So I sing, I'll be thankful. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our LS. I'm Bill, that's Mercy. We're coming to you live from Mindanao, Philippines. And we're in Coronadal City, which is part of South Cotabato, which is also called Marbel.
Marbel, the Captain America. Marbel.
It's BEL, right?
That's why they called it Marbel, because here in the city they love marble.
That's not the truth at all.
Tell me why.
Well, my research showed that that's what this place used to be called before it was renamed to Coronadal City.
Yeah, I read before. Why did they name it Marbel?
It was
It's
100
the
years
only thing I
ago.
have.
100 years ago when it was named
It's not
Marbel.
100 years ago.
It is?
It's
It's
not.
probably longer than that. That's what it used to be called before it became a city back in 1950 something, 60 something. And then they decided for it to be the capital city.
Wow, you're 439 subscribers. Huh?
Wish about 300 of them would come online with me right now.
It's fine. Oh, thank you for the likes,
Thank you,
the
thank you,
thumbs
thank
up.
you.
Yeah, we're
Looks like we're buffering, at least on this one.
we're buffering. Hey, Wayne,
Wayne, hello, hello.
you're right on time. Bill is up
Trying to be up.
and he can talk now. A few minutes ago, he's been staring in the window. Right?
I was waiting for everybody to leave.
Yeah.
They're making too much noise.
And they were just telling, oh, bring the wipe, bring the broom, bring the like that. They're not fighting.
I
They
know,
just talk like that.
they wouldn't shut the door and the dogs were
How are
barking.
you two? We are good now that you're here.
We are blessed people.
Yeah.
So we're doing good this morning. How about yourself, Wayne? How are you doing? We've been catching all your videos, all your walk arounds and showing us your place. Good, good. Good to hear that you're good, my friend. We seen the last one where you were at the football stadium. Hey, no problem. We told you before you got started we'd be big supporters, so that's who we are.
Yeah.
We'll come over and what I try to do every time I watch a video, I try to leave, unless something's going on. My kids are talking to me or something, and I forget to do it. But I try to leave a thumbs up, plus I write at least some type of comment. So that's what I try to do to everything that I watch. And after you get monetized, I'll even watch the the commercials. But most of the time here, they show me the stupid McDonald's commercial, McDo commercial. Almost.
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I am. I build watch all the videos.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Definitely. Yeah, I'm the person that gets to watch all the videos. Mercy, she she doesn't have the time like I do since she works so much. And then I get her on our live streams.
Yeah.
So that's my what I can do with Mercy. What?
Right. Mike and May
Oh,
Foster.
Mike and
Hi,
May.
hi guys. Good morning from here.
Hello,
Good
hello.
morning,
Did
Mike
you
and
guys
May.
did you guys make it back home yet? We only seen the one part of the video. Part two I haven't seen yet. Uh, Mike and May traveling through the great North America
Wow.
in their truck. I update my wife a little bit on
I know Mike and May.
just where they've been going and stuff.
Oh. Yeah.
when when they go to a place that we've been, or I took her or whatever. Oh, awesome! Glad you guys made it home. Sorry we didn't catch your live stream the other day. I seen it after it had aired for 2 hours, so I watched some of it. Um, I seen Richard Booker was on there talking to you guys.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good guy. We talk to him often, I guess. Yeah. Is
Yeah. Me too. I missed this live stream.
yeah. Mike, May, we have people that will ask us like, uh, are you going to set up a time when you can do your live stream and you know stick to a schedule? This is when you're going to do it every day or during the week or whatever. And we keep telling people, our schedule is ever changing, so it's very hard for us to schedule what time we're going to do a live stream. With us, it's oh, we got time, we can go do a live stream. Let's go do a live stream. That's kind of how we do it. So, and I tell people if they ring the bell, then it should pop up on their notifications. That we're
Live.
live streaming,
Right.
so they should know.
It's okay, Bill. We're going to go live Tuesday night at 8 p.m. here.
Awesome, awesome.
So it's Tuesday morning for us. I dropped it.
We're dropping cell phones over here. So you're gonna try to get on. You trying to schedule it a little bit what you can as far as when you're home. That's that's great if you're able to. With us too, we're here in the Philippines. We never know about internet either.
Yeah, sometimes
Sometimes you have it, and sometimes you don't.
sometimes the company says they're gonna work the internet.
Yeah, or the power.
Yeah, or
They just
power
cut it off
the whole
whenever.
day. I think that's the normal thing here. They in this city they have brownout for the whole day until 5 o'clock. Right? You notice that?
They've had them during the night too.
Yeah, but only like a couple hours, right?
It seemed like all night to
A
me.
couple hours,
It's
and
like 12
everybody's
to
like
4.
outside waiting. They have their candle. Yeah,
They take their candle outside and go wait.
yeah. They say, hey, can't
What are you
sleep without.
What are you doing without a fan?
We got a new laptop, so we'll be able to do live show out on the road now. Nice.
Awesome.
It's nice.
I was watching this video.
Yeah.
Wow. Somebody, if they're doing 2 a day for 6 days a week, 8 weeks, well, that means she's getting a lot more viewers than we are. We're,
Live stream today. I should check our every 2 live stream per day. 6 will take her almost 8 weeks to reach the requirement. 8 weeks. Wow.
she must be getting 20 people per live stream or something.
Well, if you take off your shirt.
we were talking to you guys talked to Renee Hall probably. Um,
Yes,
we were
yes.
we were teasing with her yesterday. She just reached the 4,000 hour mark, and she's been doing three a day since June or July. She said, and so we were trying to calculate yesterday at the rate we're going, when would we hit? And we can hit it. We can hit it. We can hit it sooner if we have about 20 people, and they stay on here. But we need about 40 hours of
A day.
watch time a day to be able to hit the goal. And right now on a good day, we're getting about 20 in the 20s, and that's with us doing a at least one live stream with about 5 to 10 people, uh, typical. We always, my wife has a channel, and we always use it as a mediator. So we know we have one person watching. Yeah, that's a lot. That's long hours. That's right, Aldi. Yeah, it's the 40. We hit yesterday. We hit about 36 hours, I think it was, that we added up. But we're at about 1,200 and some hours of watch time so far, and it's it's higher than what we thought, but it's still, when you got that huge 4,000 goal ahead of you. But it only takes one good video. 400 for. Yeah, I watched a video yesterday of a guy that lives in Dumaguete, and he's paying $400 a month for his apartment, and there in Dumaguete. And I was thinking, man, I could rent you my whole house down in Davao for that. So that's about 20,000 pesos. Yeah, I was thinking it was expensive too, but he seemed to like that. He had a pool outside his house or apartment there, and he seemed to like that. But it's everybody's preference. His CR. Good morning, JP. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. But his CR was really small, and his bedroom wasn't that big, and his living room wasn't big. He had like just a great room. But he was happy with what he had, and that's what it's all about, I guess. You got to be happy where you stay at and where you live at. But when we went through Dumaguete, um, it seemed like the prices of stuff was higher, anyways. Maybe because there's more foreigners there or something. But the gas was, yeah, it was either 55 to 59 pesos for unleaded gas there.
Yeah. I just heard it was cheaper to live there.
Yeah, it's cheaper to live in the Philippines.
Depends on what area, what
area.
city.
I took a video not too long ago of a 2 bedroom apartment, small apartment with a CR and one room.
Only 3,000, right?
Well, it was about 60 American dollars a month.
Yeah.
It did not have an air con in it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
what we think, you know. And
al-
this one had a pool too
Also, when
outside,
you
but
drive like 10 American coming, what, like what?
she says American, but we don't know where they were
Foreigners, I
for
mean.
foreigner.
Are we in America or Mexico? We have to go already. David has choir practice tonight. Okay, David
Okay,
and Mercy Waffle, thank you for.
thank you for coming.
Yes. Was it like one of the house Ned show in his channel?
No, this was a hey
Go
Charles
Pacer.
Booker's in the house. What's up, Charles?
Charles and Richard.
Oh, Charles is an old friend of mine. I won't say old. He's a new friend of mine. Yeah, go Pacers. I hope they do good.
Ned shows. Have you watched that?
Yeah, I watched Ned show some different places. You know that, but one of them was like 240 American dollars, and it didn't seem too bad. It just seems like where do you want to be at there, and I don't know. The the one that I seen, I haven't gave his name. He's somebody new that I just started watching, so I don't know what's his deal yet, so I don't want to throw it out there.
Wayne
So
said, I seen some apartment in Pampanga for $100 in a nice and safe neighborhood.
yeah, yeah. Wayne, you can find them here when you're looking. We we know of one that's not too far from here. It's 2 bedroom apartment, and it's 5,000 pesos. So it's about 100 American dollars.
Ha ha ha, yes, we are old.
Oh, Charles, we're not that old. We're still young. We're still at 109 back in the day.
You guys talking about apartments?
No, Charles is my schoolmate from my early days.
Oh, young, still young.
Yeah, he lived in our neighborhood there over 30th Street. Yeah. So Charles, how are you doing, my friend? I seen your son keeps growing and keeps playing more sports. It looked like. And Charles, yeah, I don't know if you know our story, but I live in the Philippines with my Philippine wife. So if you hear some craziness, we've had this Christmas tree up since September. So, and if my internet just suddenly shuts down, it's because I'm in the Philippines. We could have a internet out or power out or something. You never can tell here. Did,
The arrow.
did you decide if we're doing breakfast or if we'll see later? Yeah, Wayne. I think if you shop around and in the area that you're in, you can find um, a nicer place. We rent out our house down in Davao for about 25 a month, so which is about 500 US dollars.
But on the drive was the old neighborhood. Yes, we went to elementary scooter. But yes, I saw you more. What is your favorite thing about Philippines?
Yes, Gateway Drive. My dad still owns that house over there, so I'd still go through the old neighborhood all the time. But yeah, the favorite thing of mine is a recent one. Well, besides my wife, I enjoy living in this country with my wife. But that snow that's happening over there in that cold weather. Yeah, it's in the 90s here, and that's where it stays. 80s, 90s. So I guess that getting away from the snow for finally in the cold weather. Although there is bad things about living over here, but there's good things as well.
Yeah, different prices anywhere you go in the Philippines, it seems.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, that $60 apartment place um, that we did a video about was you know it wasn't too far from here, a couple hours, but um, it was like trees all around it. It kind of reminded me of a campground area. It's kind of stuck in the woods a little bit, and it seemed pretty, cool, even though it didn't have an air conditioner to it. You could open up the back door and the front door and get a solid breeze coming through, especially if you had a fan or something. Um, but if I lived there like full time or whatever, I'd have to put in an air unit of some sort. So it's ups and downs, but $60 a month, if that's what you're paying for rent over here, that's good, good, good. The taxes. Well, um, I don't have a job in the Philippines, so I can't tell you what kind of taxes they take out of your pay. My wife, she works for her family, and she gets a set salary. So again, uh, the no taxes. But in general, the taxes that we pay out and about seems to be very, very low. Um, yeah, they're not overtaxing you for everything here. But again, this is if you will, a third world country, and they don't have a lot of the luxuries that we did back in America and stuff. You love the snow and the cold. That's one of us. I was working out in it there for a while, well, 8 years. I worked for FedEx, and yeah, oh yeah, a lot less taxes than Indy. Yeah, especially like where we moved to, we were in like Avon area, so they raised the taxes. We're gonna do this with the schools, so we need to raise that homeowner tax. But yeah, I don't pay a a tax on my property here as well. Not unless my father-in-law has been paying it and not said anything to me. And let me ask my wife to double check that. Merce, go get mom. She's in the bedroom. Yeah, we have a unique situation over here that's weird compared to a lot of other people. Um,
What?
your property taxes here, is that something that, like, at our house, is your dad been paying our property tax?
No,
So there's no property tax.
there is.
So who's
We're,
paying it?
we're going to pay it. It's like maybe 7, 8 years already.
So is that what they pay? But it's not that much, right?
No.
Okay. Charles, my wife is saying nobody's been paying our property tax here. She surprises me, and that we are about 7 years behind in property tax, and that we need to go pay that.
Yeah, it's been a while. I
It's
think
been a while.
it's like it's 2015 since I
since you
paid
paid
it.
it, so that's only. But how much
4
was it?
years. Like 1,000 each.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's not bad. Charles, she's telling me that our property tax on our house is approximately 1,000 pesos per year.
Only 130
What?
square meters
Yeah.
area.
So it's about 1,000 pesos per year, and they let you. Obviously, they're letting us like not pay it for several years at a time, but it equals out to about $20 a year for our property tax in a major city here in the Philippines. We our property is in Davao City, which is south of here. How about sales tax on
Everything you pay with sales tax.
right? But how much is it? What percentage?
Oh, I don't know.
I was thinking it was 1 point something,
Maybe.
1.5.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'll get back to you.
Charles, it's low for that sales tax. It's low enough that you don't really notice it that bad, and they don't tax you for each and every. If you go to a restaurant, you pay this other tax and this tax. Like, no, it's just a set tax. I think it's somewhere in the 1.5 range, but she says she'll get back to us, and I'll let you know kind of what that is. Um, but Charles, if you ever considered moving out of country to retire, the Philippines is a great country for that, and that's originally what we were gonna do, was wait till we retired, then come over here. Um, However, situations changed, and we came over here a lot way early because we're not even close to retirement.
I will be back here.
Yeah, and we never know. We may come back to the States. We just had stuff that we have to take care of here, and some stuff going on, and all that good stuff. But yeah, I used to look into where I could retire for cheap and have a good life abroad. Once my mother passed away, um, I was more open to moving um, out of the states, out of Indiana, out of the country, wherever I might go, wherever I might roam. Jobs in the Philippines, no. Um, there there are jobs here, but it's very hard for a foreigner to get a job here. Um, it is they struggle themselves at getting good jobs and having decent wages here. Um, the rate of pay here, like a minimum wage, if you will, you're looking at about 180 pesos a day in this area, which is just over $3 for a day's work. Um, my wife, she's been offered jobs making like 500 pesos a day, and which is around $10. And yeah, very difficult. Yeah, we're not playing. But one of the things some people do, my wife included, she used to do this. She is a teacher slash business. Um, that's what she went to college for. But she would go out of the country and go to different countries to teach English. So, which they would go to another country and live and teach English there for. They would have a contract. Her contract was like 2 or 3 years. Um, she went to Thailand and taught for a few years, and Pakistan. She only taught there for about 3 months, but she would go to different countries and teach. Also, they're able to go online now and teach English um, to different countries, and it is something a lot of foreigners do when they come here. Though it pays a little bit more than what you would make if you were a day laborer here, and you have a lot shorter work hours and all that good stuff. So she can make like 15,000 pesos a month teaching online English, and which is that's good money for here. The wild thing is Charles is um, the cost of living here is a lot cheaper, except for a few things. Um, like we pay higher for gas, and you pay higher for our electric here. But of course, there's no heating bills or anything like that. So, like right now, I got this electric fan on me, and that's what I'm running today instead of running the air conditioner. Until it gets too hot that I can't take it, then I'll kick on the air conditioner. But a gallon of gas here, it's different throughout the Philippines. And am I buffering real bad? Sorry, I got my tablet on there. Um, but a gallon of gas here, they sell it as a liter, and it's about unleaded is about 45 to 48 pesos in this area uh, for a liter, which 4 liters is in a gallon. So I'm paying almost $4 a gallon for gas. When I drove to different parts of the Philippines, they were paying over that for a gallon of gas. A lot of cars here that they sell are diesel because diesel fuel is cheaper here, unlike America where diesel is more expensive. Diesel is cheaper. You can get diesel for about 40 pesos here uh, per liter, so it makes it about 350. a gallon. So I don't try to go out and buy no big vehicle here. I get me a little 4-cylinder and go. Well, thank you guys all for joining in. Yeah, definitely. This is a beautiful country, Charles. It's just not. They've lacked for many years doing the advertisement to get people to come here, but this country is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you've seen videos where I'm at the beach and we went in the middle of the week, so we went to a beach resort for my birthday. It was like on a Tuesday or something, so we had the entire beach to ourselves, and it was a white, powdery, sandy beach. And at one point, there's one other family that was there, but they don't go out on the beach like we do. And so, I paid like $50 to pretty much have a private beach for a couple days. So it's pretty awesome. Beautiful place. Brian, how is it happening in PA today? Welcome back, my friend. Yeah, it's yeah, they got some beautiful places here, don't they? Yeah. One of the things that, being from Indiana, I still can't get used to the tide coming in and out. So I'd like show up to the beach when it be low tide and like what is going on? Where's the water? Where's the water to this beach? And what part of the island where the tide is. And we went to Manny Pacquiao's beach, and we got there. The guard said, "Oh, it's low tide right now. Do you still want to come in?" Well, yeah, we'll come in and we'll enjoy the beach. But while we were there, we watched the water just keep going and going and going, and it was gone. So we didn't stay there overnight, so we didn't get to see the tide come back in. Yeah, buying a car here is weird. Um, yeah, like Brian was saying, most of the time the used cars here are more expensive than it would be like back in America. It's about supply and demand. It seems like there's more. Back when I first started coming here, um, not not a lot of people had vehicles compared to now. A lot more people have vehicles, and so as that demand went up, it seemed like the prices went up as well because they have to ship the cars in and all that kind of stuff. And um, there, to my knowledge, there's no car manufacturers here in the Philippines. Um, and if there was, I might stay away from driving one of them. But the new cars, they seem to be more expensive as well. But the models are different from what we had in America. We have Ford, but we don't have the same Ford. So it's hard to dollar for dollar see how much they're selling them for. Yeah, you find a lot of the rebuilt Japanese mini van type deal here, where they refurb them. They're all right side drive, so they have to switch them to be left side drive, and they sell them here, and they'll be 5, 10 years old that they've refurbed and selling over here these little Suzuki multi cabs and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I wonder how in Japan that they have these um, vehicles because they're not very powerful. I don't think. Although we have some friends that that have some of these. Charles, did I learn their language? I've been married to my wife for it's almost 9 years now, and I know very little of her language. Uh, Most people in the Philippines, especially the younger generation, speak English or know enough English that I can go around day to day and not have a problem, you know, being able to communicate with people. Sometimes I have to talk a little bit slow or something like that, but most most of the younger generation knows English here. And unlike America, most people here know multiple languages. Like in this area that we live in, there's about 5 different languages that they speak, and in order to talk to your neighbors and do business, you kind of get to know the different languages. They speak a language that's called the main language is called Tagalog, or they call it Filipino. But that's the main language, with English being the official government language. I rented a car last 2 times. I bought 2 scooters the last time. So glad not to have to drive a car anymore. Yeah, for the most part, if you live near everything that you're going to, I would refer uh, people to buy a. They call them motorcycles, but we call them scooters. And this is a very cheap way of getting around and very easy and economical. Um, as long as you don't have a large family, but here they'll stick 5, 6 people on that scooter and be gone. So if I was riding a scooter, number one, it'd be lucky to take me by itself, but I'd only put my wife on it. I don't know where we put the kids. Yeah, but as long as you can get away with just using a scooter, um, it is a very good way of getting around town. If I had a family, they'd have them tuk tuks. Yeah, yeah, we have those here in this area as well. They are. It's an interesting thing. It's kind of like a golf cart, right? But it's gas powered. Yeah, you have a roof and a back seat, and it's like you're sitting on a motorcycle and you're driving it, but you got a back seat back there. Plus, they have the little 2 seats next to you, so 2 people can sit on both sides of you. I've been trying to find a person that that speaks a enough of English that I can have him show me his tuk tuk and do a video about it. I see a lot of foreigners they buy those. What I notice about them here too is they have like the convertible top, if you will, and that back window seems like it's every one of them that I've seen. If it's a little bit of age, that back window is like taped up, like it doesn't last or it leaks or something to that effect. What is that? Cupcake. Well, you need to eat it in there, probably at the table. My son came to show me his cupcake that he's gonna devour. But yeah, those are pretty good. But in this area, a lot of people will ride the tricycles, and even families. It's a motorcycle with a sidecar, if you will. Charles, tourist attractions, depending on what area you're going to, but if you planned it out and you went to a certain area and stuff, there are tons of tourist attractions. I I do videos of some of the different ones that we go to here, and some of the tourist attractions that they have here that you won't find. You just won't find them. I've never seen some of these, throughout the traveling that I've done. Especially like the zip line, like my wife gets on. It's so long and so far away. Her zipping through the air at such a high rate of speed. I just don't see it ever being being something that would be in the states like that. I've seen zip lines in the states, but they're all like small and slow, and it's nothing to them. But here, they're like it is an adventure. But yeah, there's just you have to plan out where you want to go, Charles, and look to see what you guys want to do. Um, but there's definitely a lot of different places to go and things to see. Um, yeah, and yeah, yeah. If you're into diving, some of the most beautiful dive places in the world are around here. There's places here that you can swim with a whale shark. There's places here that you can go. There's a zoo that's supposed to be around here. We haven't swam with the whale shark. Yeah, yeah. Cebu would be a excellent place to go and bring the family. Um, Beautiful beaches and a lot of tourist stuff to do there. Um, but if you go, Charles, if you go to more of a tourist spot, then your prices are going to go up. Uh, but still, I call the Philippines, or I used to call it, the poor man's Hawaii. So I could come over here. The ticket might cost a little bit more to get me here, but I could have way more fun in the Philippines than in Hawaii and have the same beautiful um, atmosphere, etc. But it would not be as expensive. I've stayed in nice hotels here that cost $20, for a nice hotel. Yeah, poor man's Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii, and I'd come to the Philippines twice, maybe three times for what I would spend in Hawaii. Yeah, yeah, Brian, you're right. They say the reefs and stuff. I don't snorkel or scuba dive. Um, shit floats, so I don't. I'm just joking, but I don't swim under the water that well, so I don't go scuba or snorkeling or anything like that. But yeah, some of the people that do come here and do that, and they talk about how beautiful some of the reefs are. There's a lot of untouched, and you can go to areas that are very, very low populated with not very touristy, and find some beautiful area. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was saying a little bit earlier. Was at least you're catching some of my side jokes there, Charles. But yeah, there's places like in Cebu there that you can spend the $200 a night, on a resort or whatever. But there's a lot of places that you can spend a lot less on, just depending on how fancy you want the place. And um, I tried to, when me and my wife was in Manila, I was going to stay at the Hilton, and it was about 180 US dollars for me to stay there, or I could stay over here at this off name hotel, and we spent about
Not yet.
$40 American to stay there, and
I'm gonna
still,
make you a
still not. Oh, my wife is talking about making food. Score. Uh, so you swim like a rock, then, and Charles, you need to get into that scuba diving and snorkeling and stuff, because you already be at the bottom. You can check it out. Um, oh, it's one of them. Yeah, there's areas here that are world class beaches, and they're really known, but there's so many that you can find that is not known, or you know if you will, the locals tell you to go here, that kind of thing. And that's what we try to do. We try to go off the path, not that close to airports and different things, so we can see some beautiful places that they don't know about. Yeah, Charles, there's 7,770 islands here in the Philippines, or some ridiculous number like that. And not all of them are habitable, of course. Um, we live uh, on Mindanao, which is the largest island to the southern part of the Philippines. It is actually the island that, if you talk to the U.S. Embassy, they will tell you not to come to this island. They say, "Oh, stay away from Mindanao." But yeah, Mindanao is the name of the island. Audie, you're in. Are you ready to come? Are you ready for that breakfast my wife talked about? I'm having breakfast, and it's almost 10:15 here a.m. That's how late I got up today, but I stayed up too late last night. I was talking to my oldest son, and we were messaging back and forth. So seems like when you're doing that, you tend to stay up a lot later. But my son is the one who's taking care of our house, and you're ready for the food too. I'll show you what she fixes me. I have no idea, but here in the Philippines, rice is with every meal. That is a given. So I will have rice on this plate. But other than that, I have no idea what she's fixing. So I'll show it to you guys when it gets here. So we'll all be surprised together. Yeah. What is that, Brian? Is that a? I'm not that good at English, so you gotta translate for me. Uh, or is that something else that we have? Some kind of food? Yeah, they being married to a Filipino, I learned a lot of things about food that you never would know. When she comes back in here, I'll show it to her. Is that the good stuff? Awesome. And I'll see. She might. Maybe she'll have it. You never can tell what my wife might throw on the plate for me. She said that I'm the only reason she ever fixes me anything is because I am not a picky eater. I mean, there's certain things over here that I don't like to eat. However, for the most part, I eat it. She put it on the plate, I eat that stuff. I try not to think about what it was, and I didn't get fat from not eating. You know what I'm saying? So if it goes on the plate, it's a. Oh, Charles, the island that I'm on is Mindanao. Sorry that I didn't finish it, but I live. The state that I live in is called South Cotabato, and I live in Coronadal City, which is this is only a town of about 125,000 to 150,000 people in this area. So it's not that large of a town, but it is the capital of the state. And they, but we have a house in another part of the Philippines, which is Davao City, which is maybe a little bit further south than us, but it's a very nice town to live in. It's kind of reminds me of about the size of like Bloomington, Indiana, or something to that effect. But we have a house down there, um, and you'll probably see videos if you watch our stuff where we go down there kind of often. But we rent the house out on Airbnb, like today, somebody's going to be staying there for till the weekend and stuff. But that's where we spend some time as well. That's where we planned on retiring. Awesome, Charles. Sounds wonderful, my friend. Feel free to hit us up anytime. If you have any questions, if it's a place I've been to, I'm happy to help you. Like I said, the poor man's Hawaii, and you can stay here for 21 days without a visa. So that's another great part about coming all the way over here to the Philippines. Yeah, definitely, it is. It is different. I've traveled to some different countries, and but I've never stayed. Of course, I haven't stayed as long in different countries as I have the Philippines, of course. But even some of the different countries that I've been in, the Philippines is still different. I think uh, I think Haiti reminded me of the Philippines as far as you know, kind of how they are and stuff. So, Brian, you're not a fan of the rice, huh? Woo! I thought all us foreigners that had Filipino wives, that was like one of the first questions they asked. Do you like rice? That was uh, that was on their checklist of questions that they ask you. So it's okay. Yeah, it's I've always ate rice, just not to the level of this, of course. Um, but even when my wife moved to America, I bought her a rice cooker before she even got there, and uh, so you were the cook. I am not that great of a cook, and my wife was not that great of a cook either. But I worked and she didn't, so she started cooking for us, and that's the way that started. And she learned to be a great cook. If it was days that I cooked, I did like the slow cook pot roast, uh, spaghetti, all kinds of all these simple things that I could cook. I didn't try to do anything fancy or anything. Yeah, yeah. And the banana leaves, yeah, it's like you said, that's okay. The that rice, but I don't know. It's not something that I run for. So you've been cooking for a long time. I used to be the guy that the barbecuer, that. Oh, I'll do the hamburgers. Let me do the pork chop or what. If we're cooking out on the grill, that's what I'm doing while having a beer, that kind of thing. But I never considered myself a good cook. And then when I messed up my back, it got too hard to stand up for any length of time. So I kind of quit cooking for many years there. But once they started doing some things to my back that made it feel better, I remember rejoicing. I had one of those George Foreman grill deals that you can just take out on the porch or whatever and fire it up and just cook with it. I worked for FedEx at the Indianapolis International Airport there, and I worked there for about 8 years. But about 6.5 years in, one night I was working in an area they called heavyweight, so it's the very heavy stuff that they ship. I worked for a flight that went to Paris, France every night. But I was over in the heavyweight and I was doing my stuff that I did, and I had to put it on dolly and push it off and that kind of thing. But I just felt a pop in my back, which that happened often. But no big deal. I went home and went to bed, and I couldn't get out of the bed later that day. So I had to call my work and tell them, "Hey, I'm stuck. I'm bad." What they found out is I had messed up a few of my disc in the back there, and plus, I guess I had done some damage to my nerves. Uh, I guess I pinched the nerve, and it messed it up really bad in my back. So I got nerves damage. Is the number one problem. Some of the discs they can pop back in, but they pop back out, kind of thing. Um, but I underwent a year and a half of them trying to figure out what to do with me before they decided to write a check and get rid of me. A very small check, I might add. So, yeah, my back, they said, will never be the same. They said they could try to operate on me. I went to several different specialists, but there was a 20% chance of anything changing. So it was not something I was willing to let them do at that point. Yeah, yeah. Even the big ones go fast. I consulted lawyers and stuff before I accepted any check, but the best lawyers that I could find told me that if I didn't take the check, pretty much that um, if I fault them and all that good stuff, I'd be lucky. Time I paid the lawyer fees and everything that I would even get, even close to what they offered. So, so I took it and left. They said, the way they cover themselves is they said I could apply for another job where, I was on very tight restrictions, not allowed to lift, not allowed to bend, not allowed to walk upstairs, not allowed to walk very far. It's like these restrictions that the specialists and stuff put me on. Crazy. I mean, it's like you're telling me I can't work anymore, pretty much, but they're not saying it in those words. They just narrowed it down that if I could possibly find a job that would go for my restrictions, it'd be crazy. But FedEx said, that if they would give me a month to bid, you had to bid on jobs there. But I had a month to bid on a new job there. But even even the people that worked at the desk and stuff, their job would have a um, you had to be able to lift 70 pounds, and I was on a restriction where 10 pounds at any given time would be the maximum that I was allowed to lift. So, yep, I uh, I had to go away. No, I want to show you the room. I don't know what it is, so
She left
no above that.
to see. It's to see
To,
sweet.
Tocino. Brian was suggesting it to me. For
You
to,
ate it already. You ate it.
What is it?
It's like kind of reddish thing for
Reddish.
breakfast. It's for breakfast.
Is it like a meat?
And it tastes sweet.
Oh, it's kind of a little bit chewy.
It's pork.
Yeah, yeah. I've had that before. I just didn't know what it was called. Is that what you fixed me, Mus?
No.
What did you fix? I told everybody I'd show it to them. Well, I figured you'd bring it in here, let me show it to everybody, and then I'd eat. All right. Yeah, like a sweet ham. Yep, yep. I've had it. I just didn't know that's what it was called. most most things I get from the wife, I just asked her what animal it came from. Now help me tell them what this is. So here's my breakfast. I'll show it to you guys here before I take over. Here's the rice, of course. And if you notice, we have blue rice. There is there is a chopped up Smurf, and we chop it up and
juiced it and put it in the rice.
we juice a Smurf to make a blue rice. But this is what, Merce? Some kind of meatloaf type of
meatloaf in can. Put egg on it.
So this is meat in a can, and she cooks it with the egg, and that's how she gets that. I call it a meatloaf, Philippines meatloaf. And then we have this. What is this called, Merce?
It's papaya.
It's papaya. Is the vegetable?
Yes, it's salad. It's a salad.
It's like a salad, and it's sour. I don't know if you ever had that, Brian, but it's pretty good. It reminds me of like a relish of some sort. So that is my little side salad. And I usually just kind of blend them together a little bit and make it happen. Oh, you haven't had that one? It's pretty good. They typically sell it in little jars, like where you buy your suka, where you buy that, and they'll typically have this as well. One of Mercy's relatives fixed it here one time. But we just buy it. She says she'll show it to us. I'll ask her when she comes back.
Sign ka, please.
He's got a question for you too, Mercy.
What?
How you say that?
Achara.
Achala. So that's what it looks like.
Giniling o Basayan. Ginaling. Ginaling. I don't know what that is. Giniling?
She says she don't know what it is.
Giniling.
So it might be Bisaya, and she doesn't know all
Yeah,
of
I'm not
Bisaya.
familiar with the dish. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Achara.
The lupia, I think you have to be, yeah, to not like lupia, you got to be special or something because it's good stuff. Lupia. I've been eating fresh lupia here, where it's made almost like a flour tortilla shell with fresh vegetables and stuff. And what? Audie, exactly. That's it, my friend. Uh, hate cooking but love eating. Yep, that's how this fat guy rolls right here. I'm not trying to cook, but I'm trying to eat. So if I have to, I will. I will. Cook something. But the other night, something funny happened, and my wife told me to go fix dinner for the kids, and I went into the kitchen there. I was like, Mercy, we're not prepared for me to cook here. um, the like if it's it was getting later in the evening, and she said go fix them something to eat. And typically, if I'm gonna go fix the kids something to eat, it's gonna be something I can whip out real quick. You know, hey, where's the hot dogs at? Let me throw them in the water. I'll make some chili dogs or something. But there was nothing that I could find in there that I could fix. That I was comfortable fixing. I mean, there's a whole chicken sitting in there in the freezer, and
Spicy.
it's not even ready to go yet. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? It's not. There's no quickie starter food here. So you cooked 3 times in the last 3 years. That that's about where I am. Brian was saying what it is here.
What the?
He said like ground pork with chopped carrots and potatoes.
Ground pork with chopped carrots and potatoes. Oh, okay.
My son is telling me something on my plate is spicy. Is this spicy?
Yes.
No.
Lambs.
My 6-year-old says this is spicy. I know these two aren't. This is like a sour, almost like a sauerkraut almost.
Potatoes last 3 years.
Oh, they said that. Shall I wrap it up or are you going to continue? Okay, guys, I'm going to take my breakfast. Hey, Richard, you coming on at the right moment here. When you talk to Richard, you don't have time. My wife just delivered my breakfast, late breakfast,
It's 8.
and yeah, before it gets cold
I just
here.
cooked the rice.
So I'm gonna go and thank you guys for visiting us, Richard, my friend. We'll talk to you next time. Sorry, breakfast is calling my name, and
He's hungry.
yeah, I'm hungry. This is my meal a day. No, I'm gonna eat more. But we'll see you guys next time. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, Incense Shop. Thank you, Richard.
Appreciate you guys for stopping by. And for some reason, it's not ending.